All right, all right, all right. We are live here on the Still Up to Superman channel. Much love to y'all over here on YouTube, also on the Twitter Geek Network channel, which is just it's going to get just so crazy 2025. No matter what you like, DC, Marvel, whatever, the Geek Network, just pay attention out there. And then we got Carlos here because we're talking DC tonight. We got to stay focused.
What's up?
We got to see those Real Talk Productions. This is the season finale of Creature Commandos. Carlos, I made no mistake about this when I told people. I said this show, when Gunn first dropped that slate, I think it was like late 2022, I believe. And he was like, yo, first project, Creature Commandos. I was like, what? Like,
listen, I remember you're live. You went live and you were talking about that slate, man. I had just got home from work. And when he mentioned Creature Commandos, like it was like instantly like I was watching you and I was like, what the hell? And I just saw your reaction. I was like, we were on that same like, man, can I tell you I was wrong? Like this is actually I'm enjoying this, man.
I never mind being wrong, you know, despite what people think as my life as a scooper or whatever. Like, I don't mind when I'm wrong, especially when it's DC and it's like it's good.
Yeah.
Creature Commandos, you know, this wasn't the project to be like, oh, the whole world, hey, the new DCU is here. No, this was for us hardcore people, DC fans, animated fans.
Right.
Easter egg fans, right? That's what this show was for. And I think it accomplished it, right? It accomplished what it needed to do.
I 100% agree. I believe it did. And what's crazy about it is, though, like us, the comic fans, the diehards that really are dive deep into the comics, like while we're seeing this, like, I don't know about you, but like seeing these episodes, seeing these characters, I'm like, damn, I want to jump back into that lore of comics. Like, I want to pick up a book and actually read it. I'm not a reader. If you don't know that, I don't like to read. But when it comes to comics, I want to jump in there. And now what's cool, the way I see it is what's cool about it is that you have that general audience. Yeah, they may not be watching Creature Commandos, but when Superman does come out and they start asking these questions, it's our job to be like, yo, let me point you to this direction. Go watch this show, and it's gonna show you the world building on how everything makes sense. So I like it. I like what Gunn's doing. He's getting us involved as well.
I like how you say that. It's like, because you know, when Superman comes out, then there's going to be an audience, you know, a bigger audience for this new DCU. Then they can be pointed back, hey, you know, this is where the DCU started. If you want to see, you know, Rick Flag Sr., you know, what he's
where
doing.
He came from.
Right. Clayface, the Clayface film, right? If you want to see DCU Clayface, go back, you know, and I don't know much about this finale, Creature Commandos, but I'm feeling like Frankenstein's going to be a bigger character going forward. I'm just going to throw it out there. So, this will be must watch for people, Creature Commandos Season 1, if you want Frankenstein's backstory. So this show, you know, is a perfect setup.
Right. Now, when you say that, are you thinking like another animated series or more like live action maybe, or like what are you feeling on that?
Well, so the Creature Commandos comics, if people dig into that and the history, Frankenstein was sort of like a leader of the team.
Right.
So this was kind of like, you know, out of left field that James Gunn started Frankenstein so far away from the team dynamic. You know, he's making his way to the team, though. And I think Season 2, Frankenstein's going to be a big character, you know, and he's built up a lot with David Harbour voicing him this first season. So I think, you know, there's like a perfect lane here that
is a big cast. That is a big cast to have David Harbour be that guy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he really subverted a lot with these characters, my rule with subverting expectations is if it's like a D-list character, I don't give a care. Like, do whatever you know. No one knows Dr. Phosphorus. Do whatever you want to do with him. You know, just make him connected to Gotham, and we see in a big way how Gunn did that, right? So I think he took a lot of liberties with Frankenstein, with obviously Bride. Like, that's not her story, but he made it salacious enough for people to talk about, you know. So, and he made new characters, this princess. So we're looking forward to how this finale really round things out, we have been told there's a post-credit scene for this as well. So it's going to be, I think, a crazy ending. And then I'm just going to say it again. This is me not knowing. I'm expecting to see Superman. I'm expecting you showed Batman. Right?
Yeah.
I'm expecting. I want to see Corn Sweat Superman's fly through tonight. And that's it. That's all I want to see. Just like a blur. It's like, oh, that's Corn Sweat.
The lane is there for him, man. Like,
that will break the internet.
I'm always out of the box. You know, I'm always thinking, and I'm thinking, yo, this is a Creature Commandos show. You know, kind of for the monsters and stuff like that. And I mean, technically, he's not a monster, but I think I'm reading too much into the casting announcement of Jason Momoa. Maybe we might see a Lobo.
Ooh, why not?
Right.
He showed being there all he showed the whole Trinity in the future scene.
Yeah.
Got Wally West Flash up in there somewhere. You got all these other Supergirl. Why not Lobo? Yeah. Right? Why not have Lobo and have Momoa's voice for like 5 seconds? And again, you break the internet with that, right? Batman, if people don't understand, last week, first, that was the most successful live stream we did with these watch parties, first off. So shout out to y'all supporting. That's one thing. I got to look at the analytics with that. But then the talk was about Batman immediately.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's how you do it. Seed this Batman. You're not ready for the film? Okay, we got, 3-4 more years? Just seed this Batman in all these projects. And that was a perfect debut.
I think what's crazy about that too, and I mean, the way I kind of perceived all these announcements that came after the whole release of Batman last week, not that it kind of forced Reeves, but we got that answer from him. Like, no, part 2 is happening. Batman, I have my story. And then you have, Muschietti, you have Gunn saying, no, we have our DCU. So, like, we have legitimate answers now because of last week's episode. So that's huge. That's very huge.
Oh, very huge. I mean, obviously, we talk about this at nauseum, but it never hurts to look at this picture again, right? With DCU Batman again, Frank Miller style, the chunky utility belt, thick Batman. Everyone's thinking Alan Richardson now. I mean, I'm just saying, a few months ago, Carlos, I kind of put that story out there.
Man.
People don't understand.
and it was
Alan
crazy.
Richardson's going hard for it.
What was crazy is during that whole tour that he was doing for the Reacher, like, I don't know how that conversation even came up, but it came up. I think it was because he was coming off the heels of Titans and what happened with Titans and all that stuff. So like they always asked him in those interviews, like, what if you were able to be in the DCU, who would you want? And like you said, he was campaigning for Batman like there was no tomorrow. And as I said in the last stream, I'm like, bro, that looks very Alan Richardson-esque, with the
looks
bulkiness.
very Alan Richardson, and he definitely was campaigning in interviews, but directly to DC Studios. I just want to make that clear. He pitched to them. Him and his team was like, we want to be Batman. Like, what do we need to do? What do so what's the qualifications? Yeah. If it's an age thing, Alan Richardson's at a perfect age. I think he's right at 40. So he can do I got Damian the son, right? And if you want him a little younger, he can pull it off as well if you watch Reacher. So I'm just saying, Alan Richardson, he is a superstar ready to break out. And, just this is the best way to put this. Like, you don't have to pay too much for him. Right,
you don't. And
like a Ben Affleck, you need to pay. Richardson, you don't have to pay as much.
What's crazy too is if we really want to think outside the box here, you think about that contract that he has for Reacher. He's only really signed on for the next 2 seasons. The next 2 seasons is what, about a year each? By then, don't you think Brave and the Bold is coming right after that?
Good point. Season 3 is dropping this year on Prime, right?
Yeah.
Of Reacher we're talking about. And then if he has to film another one, he could film it later this year to come out in 26 or 27. According to Muschietti, is the key in all this. When people are like, are they going to fold in Pattinson? Muschiett's like,
nope.
bro, like, he's like, that's another Batman, bro. Like, what are y'all talking about? I'm trying to write my Batman. And, hey, he did a great job with both Batman in the Flash film. Say what you want about the Flash film. Muschietti did a great job with Keaton and the little time he had with Ben. So I'm looking forward to what he does. But Muschietti is the key because he killed all that noise, right? You get all that noise about Patterson. This guy's like, I'm not writing Patterson over here, right? But then too, in that same interview, because it's in Spanish, so a lot of people don't realize what he's saying. But he's like, they kind of paused Brave and the Bold because this momentum with Reeves Batman with the Penguin series, Batman Part 2, they want to get that out first. DC Studios, Gunn, Safran wants to get that out first.
Right.
And then we could do the Bat Family, which I think is smart. I think that's actually smart because you don't want to switch up too much. Again, we talked about general audience on the Wednesday crew earlier. Carlos is a part of that. And we're like, you don't want to confuse, make them have vertigo and stuff. But so it's like you got Penguin, ride that momentum. Right. The last Batman y'all saw was Batman Part 1, Penguin. Now let's do Batman Part 2. And then we're talking about season 2 Penguin. Then we can bring like, hey, we got this other rendition over here.
At that point, Pattinson is established in his universe. Like you don't even have to touch that. When you bring in, quote unquote, if we bring in Richardson at this point, like that's the DCU Batman. Like that's going to be its own thing. The universe going to be established by then. And what I did like, and we talked about it earlier, the Gunn interview when he's talking about silhouette. That's all you heard in that interview. We're going to see sprinkles of him in this DCU universe, but we're not going to see him, in full. So
and I think everyone, I think DC fans overall, I think are fine because like if you're so like strung out, I need Batman. Then Reeves got you for the next couple of years. You know what I'm saying? But if you want this world building, then you have that screenshot in Creature Commandos. And I'm just saying, Gunn, like make sure there's a silhouette in the Clayface film. Like just trust me. Just trust me. Show people that Batman is there somewhere, and you're good.
I think you hit it on the money, man. I think it's gonna be a stuntman. We're not gonna see like a full on, face, but I think it's gonna be a stuntman, at least chasing Clayface, and we're gonna see him in the point of view of Clayface. I really do think that'd
be perfect.
Yeah,
make Batman. I mean, again, the Creature Commando is so perfect because that works having Batman. And people may forget this in the original animated series. It was the funniest thing. I think it was the Clayface episode too, coincidentally, where Batman, he had the Batwing, which was like so cool in the 90s. And then he was chasing someone to get information about, how they imitated Bruce Wayne, so Batman's like, how, who is this person? Right. And so Batman's chasing this guy and he goes in this tunnel. The guy's driving, he goes in the tunnel. And then Batman, he flies over and goes to the other end and flies towards the bad guy. And it goes to commercial like a cliffhanger. Like Batman was the bad guy right there. Like Batman was hunting down. And I'm like, that's how you do Batman. If you don't want to show him right now, have him be the big bad. Have him be like this creepy dude in the shadows, like he's a monster.
Show him how the villains fear him in that movie. So when we're watching it, we're scared. We think we're the villains, and he's coming after us.
It was so weird to me back then, being much younger. I'm like, why are they going like the cliffhanger? Like Batman, Batman's the bad guy. You know what I mean?
Like if Batman's the boogeyman. Honestly,
exactly. So a lot of interesting things with that, and we're looking forward to. I mean, I'm just glad that they're clearing this up because of a stupid fight online about folding Patterson in, and some people heard something. It's like, come on, y'all. Like that's at this point, how Gunn has run Creature Commandos. I'm like, I think he gets DC now. It's just about the execution, So we're good with the Batman talk with that. Now, again, everyone coming in again. Shout out to y'all. We're at the finale. We've done this. We missed the holiday week.
Yeah.
But we hit, 5 of the episodes, I believe, or 6 of the episodes now tonight. And have y'all episode queued up on your end on Max. And we're gonna watch this together, react together. Last week was so fun because like when we saw Batman, the chat went crazy. Yeah. Like it was nuts.
I couldn't sleep afterwards, man. I was like, man, what the heck? It was crazy.
It was pretty nuts. And that really helped me launch my Batman channel, actually.
Yeah.
That's when I started putting videos up because I'm like, hey, people are talking Batman. So have that ready at the top of the hour for Creature Commando season finale. So before we get to that point, we got a few DC items we want to touch on here. Now, first of all, shout out to Fernando in the chat, Hunter, Iggy, Maria, Venom Wire.
Shout out.
Let's see. Did I miss someone else up there? Okay, I think that's everybody. Yeah, shout out to y'all, late crew coming in. That's what's up, man. We did this because y'all been supporting this every week. And when it's, the next series will be Peacemaker later this year. If Carlos is down, we'll be back doing these watch parties again. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to be there for this new DCU content. Now, before we get to this new episode, I had a few things kind of come across the email the last couple of days. So I was like, let's kind of just throw it out there.
I got my popcorn, so I'm ready.
Just throw it out there, see what the people want. Now, first thing is like a layup because everyone saw this Dark Side Josh Brolin situation that people are talking about now. If people realize, especially on the Superman channel here, we was covering the casting of Lanterns, right? Of Hal Jordan. Yep. DC Studios approached Josh Brolin originally. They said, hey, we want you in the DCU. We see you as this grizzled Hal Jordan. Probably more on Hal Jordan later, but just right now, we see you as Hal Jordan. Now, for one reason or another, it didn't work out. It looked like Brolin turned down, as far as what I heard. He turned down the role. Now, you have someone as talented as Brolin who he, doesn't mind the work. Marvel's not using him as Cable. So so he still was, in that rotation, like, hey, we want you for something DC. If Hal Jordan doesn't work for you, let's find something else for you. Right now, we got Boss Logic here. If people aren't familiar with Boss Logic, this is the person who originally, he has some connections with the industry at times. Not every time. Not every picture he brings up is for sure. But most of y'all may remember he did the Black Adam Henry Cavill Superman photo a couple years before the film came out because that idea was there. And then that's when late great Mikey Sutton was talking about it. And then I got information closer to the film and I had the scene, of Cavill in Black Adam. Boss Logic was the first person to put that out there. So sometimes he's commissioned by studios at times to say, hey, just put this conversation out there. So he did this before. We saw the other end where Cavill Superman vs. Black Adam happened. At least that scene happened. Yeah. Now he's doing this, and Boss Logic is saying, hey, the rumor whispers going around. Josh Brolin's still in talks for something big in the DCU. Now, that's the circle. Okay, well, is he hinting at Dark Side? And then Josh Brolin, as you see at the top here, shared this on Instagram.
Wait. I didn't even realize that.
So you got to get Boss Logic saying, I'm hearing something, which I think he hears stuff from time to time. Again, I don't want to set up where it's like every time Boss Logic says something, like, no, it's not true. Like, I've seen him just say stuff. He was guessing at Jon Stewart. We seen, we got Aaron Pierre. We don't have what he was saying. So it's not 100%. But with Josh Brolin throwing his hat in the ring right there, it's very interesting. So according to what I heard, though, after the Hal Jordan thing, it was more about Brolin turning down Hal Jordan because not going to say it's not like it's a big enough role. Hal Jordan, I'm going to probably talk about him in a moment. Hal Jordan is going to be a very interesting character in this series and possibly beyond. We'll see what happens with that. But I think Brolin was like, I kind of want to, because Lanterns is more setting up Jon Stewart. And then from what I'm hearing with the characterizations and stuff, it's more about Jon Stewart. Hal Jordan is kind of like, you think of like the Lethal Weapon film, the Danny Glover.
The old guy who's
Murtaugh. Yeah, Hal Jordan's like Murtaugh.
Yeah.
I'm getting too old for this. Like that's how. But it's some good stuff though. So I'll talk about that probably in a moment here. But so Brolin was like, I really don't want to do that role. Like, do we have something else? You know what I mean? Because he didn't have to screen test or nothing. They were just like, we want you. Okay, you don't want to do it. What else can we do? So all I'm saying here is just that there is merit to this, y'all. There is merit to this that Josh Brolin, either he's campaigning. I don't believe nothing's done yet. I don't believe nothing's agreed upon yet. Keep your eye on Josh Brolin, DC. And he's saying, hey, why not Dark Side?
Hey, look. This is just me, outsider looking in. What I would say about that is Josh Brolin, as high of a star as he is in our eyes right now, having him in a Max series, with Green Lanterns and stuff like that, in his eyes, he's like as good as like you're saying, as good as a role Hal Jordan will be. He just finished playing one of the greatest villains in Marvel history, which is Thanos. Yeah. How big of a story would it be if he's able, just like Fernando just said here, if he is able to accomplish becoming Darkseid, man? Like, to be the head guy of both franchises, nobody can touch him when it comes to superhero movies. Honestly, man, like that would be crazy. That would be nuts.
So definitely keep y'all eyes on that. Obviously, if I hear anything, we'll throw it out there on my respective platforms. But Josh Brolin, I will say this: I'm about 100% he's going to do a DC role. It's just, is it going to be Darkseid?
Right.
That's pretty big. Like, why would you accept anything else? You know, it's like, hey, if I got my pick, I'm just gonna be the biggest bad ever.
Yeah.
Darkseid. Whoa. After, it's always a thing that someone do it before you. We got the Snyderverse Darkseid, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, that was great seeing that in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and it was setting up, a mega clash. I don't think if anyone's caught up on, man, we just had Darkseid here, and we're getting someone else. Josh Brolin is almost like bulletproof to me. Like, he really could do anything he wants. I don't see.
Yeah.
I wouldn't envision any backlash. I mean, this is probably just a few people, but it's overall. Overall, I think like Brolin will have a pass, like whatever role, if someone did it before, or whatever, right? Just in my opinion, with that.
Yeah, I mean, another one that kind of comes to my mind. I mean, I want this. I want him to be Darkseid. I think it'll be crazy just for his legacy as an actor as well. But I mean, since we are going older with Batman, I know in our sports chat, not sports chat, DC chat that we have, we were talking about some casting rumors or some fan casting that we wanted for Green Arrow. And I would see him as an older Green Arrow as well. I think that could also work. I know that's kind of like left field. But it all depends. It's like you're saying, he wants a big role. So who's bigger than Darkseid right now? For all we know, he could be behind everything right now.
I don't see anything like, I know some people saying like Batman, but Batman, just to let you know, again, this is just based on what I heard, but this rendition of DCU, like, you may not even see a solo Batman film. Like, you're going to see Batman sprinkled around everyone. Like, the Bat family is brave and bold. Then you may have like a Justice League team up or a World's Finest.
Right.
Batman, the actor, won't have to pull a whole film by themselves. Is the point I'm trying to make. So Brolin, he could be like, well, do I want to be like a sprinkled in person or just like the biggest bad ever? You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why I think Darkseid is like a no-brainer now that I think about it for him. So
100%.
We'll see.
100%.
We'll definitely see. Interesting stuff there. So that was just, there was a little thing that was out there. I was like, let's kind of address this, for the future stuff overall. But so another thing I want to kind of throw out there, and we'll just kind of see how time goes. So we know coming up right now, we got the Supergirl film. Right, they're about to start filming in a couple of days. Jason Momoa has already been confirmed as Lobo. He's going to
there smoking a cigar.
They got ahead of the headlines. They was like, okay, everyone's going to see Momoa when he steps up as Lobo. For the behind the scenes, I'm going to be covering all that as it happens. Someone else was spotted. They're going to start filming in the UK. So according to people that's been kind of keeping an eye on stuff, someone else was spotted just days before the shoot in the location they're about to shoot at. And we shouldn't be surprised, right? David Cornsweet was people spotted him.
Really?
Days before they start shooting near the site. Now that got a lot of people thinking, like, okay, it's Supergirl. Okay, we expect her in film. So what a better way to set up, have her cousin show up in her film as well, right? And so one of my original scoops I got for the DCU, as soon as Gunn announced his world, this was 3 years ago now, closer to 2 years, but I was told about the Momoa Lobo. It's on the Superman channel. I got an old video. I've been talking about Jason Momoa Lobo for like going on 3 years now. And one thing I was told was an early idea for the Superman film was you was potentially going to get Superman versus Lobo in the Superman film. Ooh. Now, of course, different drafts happen, ideas, when we put stuff out there early, things can change. I've experienced that. Other people understand that. But the Jason Momoa Lobo part has kind of migrated over to the Supergirl film. And so what I'm told is that early idea probably wasn't going to make the Superman film, maybe in the Supergirl film. Superman face Lobo in the Supergirl film overall. Again, this is very early stuff, overall. But what do you think of that possibility of, again, her cousin shows up there. You already know Lobo's there.
Yeah.
May need a quick face off here.
Oh yeah. I think that would be freaking dope, man. Like you have Supergirl, whatever the case may be. I really don't know the synopsis of what's going to be happening. I just know it's Lobo's in the film with her, and why not have her cousin help her, who's already fought Lobo, as we've seen in other comics and stuff like that in the past, to have him, if that is possible, to have him in that film to do that. Like I think that would break that would probably break everything, That
would be
records,
crazy. Like, it's a perfect tee up. I think it makes sense. Again, considering we're going to assume the Superman film does well enough, but even if there's like a caveat here, even if let's say the Superman film is like, okay, it does just enough. Yeah. Then we can still kind of expand this world. And then again, you have him in the Supergirl film. So let's say the audience, they're like, oh, we don't need another Superman solo film, which I don't believe that would be the case. Like, I don't think anyone would say that. But you still have that pivot of having Supergirl. And then again, you're setting up Lobo. Corn Sweat's out there for some reason. He's not British. So we'll see.
So that with that though, so that kind of like bringing it back to Creature Commandos though. So we're talking about this sneak, peek at the end, extra credit post scene, whatever it is. If we are getting Supergirl at the end of Superman, and then we're seeing this that he's going to be in a Supergirl film, I think I'm really leaning towards that Lobo reveal here in Creature Commandos. Okay. Him trying to look for Supergirl, or maybe it's Superman, and then he ends up coming across Supergirl. Something like that type of thing. So it opens the door for a lot of things, man.
A lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like getting back to those crossover comics and stuff and cameos. That's what Gunn's essentially doing already with Creature Commandos, and then Superman film, you got Mr. Terrific and everyone there. So it's like this is what comic books is kind of like, where you just, any random issue, you have other superpowered people. So
just show up.
And it makes total sense. Supergirl having Superman there, it could just be a cameo. It could just be briefly helping her with Lobo or something. That'll be perfect. That'd be perfect. I'll be totally fine with that.
Heck yeah, man.
Overall with that. Let's see what the chat's saying. People were expecting Superman as a cameo. Yeah, I actually was, but then hearing that he's like out there when they're ready to shoot, I'm like, oh, bro, like this may really happen. Like we may get like behind the scenes footage of this happening. So that's going to be interesting. We got Maria saying Lobo's going to be the post-credit scene of Superman, in my opinion. Why not, right? If you're setting him up for Supergirl. Yeah. And I'm not going to sleep on Peacemaker. I think Gunn's being really sneaky with Peacemaker.
I haven't really heard much about Peacemaker. Yeah. I haven't heard much. And that's like around the corner.
They shut down a lot of stuff. What's crazy on the Superman channel here, I did a lot of behind the scenes stuff for Superman, obviously, and That's some of my biggest videos on here. And then Peacemaker, we got some behind the scenes stuff of that. And Warner Bros. Was like striking channels. Like they was like, yo, take this down or like it's a wrap. I'm like, what? Like,
no.
I post all this Superman stuff. I know half the film, I think, but Peacemaker, just one little photo. They're like, nope, take it down. I'm like, dang, like people may pop up there, man. There may be some. Maybe a little.
That's gonna be interesting. I'm excited for that, man. I'm excited for
that. Yeah. So we're about 10 minutes away from the new episode, the season finale of Creature Commandos season 1. We're expecting, after you show us Batman, like you got to do something big this last episode.
Yeah.
And a post-credit scene, which
you think we'll see Grodd?
Grodd, you gotta pay that off. Yeah, I think you gotta pay that off with this episode. And I think the post-credit scene, it has to be Superman related. It just has to be.
It has to be.
It's no way. It's the next project. There's no way you can do this and not show Superman, Corn Sweat Superman. So we'll see. We'll see.
Hunter Iggy's comment there with the why not Superman versus Lobo for the Superman movie 2. The only reason why I don't see that is because of the way they're shooting this first Superman film. It's not so much as a solo Superman film. Like if it was like a solo Superman film, I could see the follow-up being like a him versus somebody else. Since it's so broad and so big, I think they're just gonna have that situation of him and Lobo fighting more as like how Sil's saying it may be showing up in a Superman Supergirl thing where it's like it's something that happens in the film. It's not an overarching film, if that makes any sense.
Right. I think with Lobo, they want to go the anti-hero route.
Okay.
So you
kind of like Man of Tomorrow, the animated film.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think a lot of us expected it was like, okay, if you're doing an early Superman, you gotta go ahead and throw Lobo, right? Throw that fight in there. With Jason Momoa, how they want to, he's a marketable person,
right?
Overall, and so they want to kind of have a longer story with him. And they don't want him to just be a straight up bad guy. So I don't see like a just, though. I mean, I guess lack of a better way of looking at this, like Black Adam, The Rock was trying to do a Black Adam versus Cavill Superman film,
right?
But Black Adam, was leaning into, hey, I'm anti-hero, I execute people, things like that. And I think that's how Lobo is going to be. But do you need an entire film for that?
Right.
I don't think so. I think you just have one little brush up in Supergirl, maybe have him show up again as a, sort of antagonist in part 2. But I don't think a whole film is needed, just in my opinion. For that concept.
If you see that Man of Tomorrow Superman film, the animated one, the Tomorrowverse, I guess we call it. They have like a good it's a good segment of the film where they're going back and forth, and Superman beats him. Then he gets trapped later on in that film to beat. I guess it's what Radioactive Man or something. I forgot.
Was that Parasite?
Parasite. Yeah, it was Parasite.
That's like the greatest Superman film, which they have to do. They have to.
Yeah. So like he goes later and gets Lobo's like, yo, I need your help. Like, come on. And then that's how you see the anti-hero in Lobo there. So
that could be a possibility right there. And having Momoa, the main man, like
making jokes.
He's gonna this is probably the funnest role Momoa ever does. Like, it's gonna be just ridiculous. The joy you're gonna see in his face, like every scene, it's gonna be, everyone's gonna have to watch it. Like, they really are. So, but mentioning Parasite, man, like, I'm so surprised. Like, well, I'm not surprised because they didn't do enough Superman films, but that's a huge villain for Superman. Parasite can, again, drain Superman. Like, that's that's how powerful he is, and so. That makes it more of an even fight. So, I mean, you could do a lot of that. Making a Superman film, you always want to say who can match Superman, or, you got to do Brainiac, Doomsday, you got to, or Metallo. Metallo would have been a great choice. But Parasite is like the ultimate villain for Superman. Like, he, I'm sure Gunn's going to use him eventually. Pretty sure.
I'm sure we'll see some inklings of Metallo in this coming film, because when you have a guy like Lex Luthor, especially this guy who's throwing things at Superman in this film, he has to, like, Metallo has to be, his weakness. Superman's weakness is kryptonite. Why not make a robotic guy with kryptonite in his chest?
Kind of has to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the Superman channel here, I'm gonna be doing a rewatch of the Superman animated series, where Metallo is in there as well, and we're just gonna try to just enjoy it once again, but then also saying, hey, can Gunn use this, and kind of try to look ahead with the DCU. So it's gonna be a lot of Superman stuff, a lot of Supermaning stuff here. We got about 5 minutes or so before the new episode, so we're gonna hang tight, get it queued up on y'all end. Of course, on my end it's always slow. I don't know why it's a Kentucky thing or something, but Maria says Parasite bigger villain than Doomsday. I'm just gonna say personally, because Doomsday just kind of fell out of the sky one day and killed Superman, right? It's like Parasite. Yes, just to answer your question, Maria, I think Parasite is a bigger villain just in the lore. Doomsday is more popular because he's the one that took out Superman. Like no one was able to do it. I mean, Lex was in other, Elseworld stories, and that's why Lex is up there. But no, I would say Parasite over all of them, to just, to take out Superman. So, we'll see. I think I'm pretty sure Gunn's going to use him for sure. So as we get closer to the finale, I don't know what we're thinking. Like, I mean, we kind of said we expected the cameos and stuff, but the story itself, they're there to kill the princess. Like, is Gunn really going to do it? I can't doubt anything Gunn does now. He went too far.
My real question is going to be, and I think we touched on it last week, is Flag. What's going on with him? Are they going to inject him with something? Is something going to happen there? Like, because this dude is one of us out there fighting these monsters, and he's getting his ass beat pretty much. Like, it's just crazy, man.
Clayface banged him basically with the back break.
Oh, yeah.
And he's in a coma according to the last episode. But we know he's supposed to be in Superman and Peacemaker. I got the behind the scenes footage of him in Superman.
No,
that's on this
walking out the tunnel
channel. And then you have they got a shot of him in Peacemaker, and he looks like his back is not broken. So are they going to make him like kind of cyborg like, or who knows, right? There's not a lot of Rick Flag Sr. in the comics. So this is another D-list character. Gunn can just do whatever he wants to do with this character, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it could be a lot with that, man. We're a few minutes away. Goku says, when is the air? The top of the hour. So get it queued up on Max on your end, and we'll see if we have another Batman moment or Superman. I'm expecting a Superman moment.
Man.
I just am. Let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you really got me thinking of Josh Brolin right now, just showing up, at the end of a post-credit scene, just looking, and we're like, seen that with Thanos. I've seen that with Thanos.
If they teach the dark side, bro, like I may lose it. If Good does that, he'd be like, in like 5 years we'll get to it, but hey,
here you go.
What?
Yeah, that's all we need. We don't need much. Just a little chair roll or a portal open and him just standing there looking, turning around.
Yeah. I mean, this is an ultimate Easter egg show. Like that's Gunn is putting it to use. And again, the main story though is interesting,
right?
And so we'll see if they really take out the princess. People picked up that Weasel may betray the team because he saw visions of the princess and it reminded him of a little girl in episode 4. So that could be an angle. Yeah, that could be an angle where Weasel may turn on the team. And like I said, I mean, hey, I'm not expecting everybody to make it. That's all I'm saying on this show. So GI Robot is decommissioned. So we'll see. Let's see. It's a minute after. Let's see if I get lucky this week. And have it ready to go. Creature Commandos.
Still got nothing on my end.
Okay. So I guess I don't feel too bad yet.
Come on. What's going on?
Right, so I'm going to search for it again.
I'm going to probably have to get out and then open up a new.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Let's see. Let's close this window. Swag fan says, "Do you think Weasel dies?" Actually, I do. I think there's like Gunn did the impossible, making Weasel matter, and now at this point, it's like I don't know what else you can do with the character. That's kind of when you kill them, to be quite honest.
And
I wouldn't be surprised.
Sean Gunn has been in every interview talking about how he wasn't really fond of doing Weasel again. So, and that's been very on the nose with every interview he does. So, I wouldn't be surprised. Mine came up. I don't know if you got yours.
Not yet.
All right. I'm going to stop mine. And then when you start yours, then that's when I'll start mine. Because I know I was a little ahead last week.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Oops. I'm going to do like a second window. See if they let me do that. Okay.
Everybody get your snacks ready when you're waiting,
That's right. Okay, it's trying to say that's a new episode. Is it true? Is it true? I don't see it.
You check sometimes. Sometimes you got to roll that arrow over. That's what I had to do right now. So it was kind of hard to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now the end of the road, episode 6. All right. Let me close this. Make sure I don't close out of everything. Usually it takes me like to like 5 after every time for some reason. That's like, I don't know if it's my internet or it's saying new episode, but then the episode's not loaded yet. That's what's weird. Yeah, it says new episode, then it's like,
You're on the title page of Creature Commandos?
Yeah, I'm on the
okay.
I'm on the page. Let's see. Let me refresh. Maybe refresh the work. But this literally happens every week. So it's like I'm really just gonna probably wait another minute at this point. In the chat, I don't know if y'all got it yet. Carlos, he gets it straight from Warner Brothers or something. Like he gets the episode like immediately.
I don't know.
Just saying. That's kind of been my experience. Let's see. Let's try to do another window. All right. New window. Man, that's crazy too, because like on my Xbox, it pops up probably immediately. It just I have to like look over here. So I'm like, man, that's like, a quality of life problem there. Just saying. All right, still stuck. Okay, I'm supposed to wait till 5 after.
Oh, okay.
We'll give it a minute. So while we're waiting, let me go over here.
Maria, Carlos has a VIP.
Yeah, yes, I'm just saying he gets it beamed to him like it's like a Bluetooth drop or something. Like what he gets, man.
Man, the amount of time I stay on Max, I better get those episodes right when they're supposed to drop.
So it's like VIP, like, oh, we gotta make sure he loaded. Okay, we got a very funny monster.
Yeah, there we go.
We're queuing it up.
Where do you start? I'm literally at 28.08. Like,
all right, let it roll.
All
Let's go. Cool. All right, we're going.
Ripping his chest. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Season finale. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
We right in there. See, I gotta grab my drink here.
Whoa. Wait a minute. He is not about to. You think an Atlantean knocked her up? What do you guys think in the chat?
Yeah, I heard you. That's a good theory, Atlanteans. That's a good theory.
It's a good way to show them.
Yep.
Oh, Frankenstein
This dude is wild.
crazy.
he over there flowing.
Oh, this dude's like crying. Oh,
it's going down.
he's so close to his girl.
Jesus.
Jesus. This is the first time we see them meet again.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What was that?
Oh.
Jesus. Not the spit, too.
Dang. Oh, that's another subversion of expectations. What was it? Something you said they showed another monster or something?
Yeah, so they were looking at the surveillance, and there was like a big person that came out with a little person next to her.
Okay.
I don't know what that was.
I'm sure they explain it.
Mm. Mm. It's interesting.
Yep. Fatality.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my man!
He is just a
They do some
maniac.
crazy stuff with Phosphorus, man. Jesus.
Imagine seeing that live action, bro.
Man, we almost have to.
Oh wow, she's sweating. Hmm. Oh shit.
Oh, transforming her DNA. Okay.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That is nuts.
Wow. That was amazing.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
He saved her life.
Yeah. Well,
Now the real question is
the writing is crazy.
What made her go to jail?
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Phosphorus. Hmm.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna play a part. Yeah, I think everyone wants to see Phosphorus live action. Like,
Heck yeah.
he did such a good job with it.
I only really remember Phosphorus from Batman Beyond.
So, see, that was like a different
Version, right?
I think that was like what's the name? Bite or something like that.
Uh, something was it?
It
Something
looked similar
Powers?
to him though. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically that wasn't Phosphorus.
Okay. Interesting. Oh
Yeah,
man.
she's gonna kill these kids.
Yeah.
School kids are so mean, man.
So mean, bro.
Terrible.
Oh shit, he's awake. Oh man, what's about to happen, bro?
Something's got to come to head here. Somebody got to die. She can get in water.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Another sad backstory.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to her dad though, bro, for not giving up on her.
Yeah, he gave her a chance.
Have you noticed that trend with gun stories? The dad is always either going through something or is always there, and with everything he's lost with his dad, you know.
Right.
You about to backhand him.
Huh? Peer pressure.
Yeah, for real.
Crazy, bro. Flashback. Okay. You're a monster.
Star
City. Interesting.
Yeah.
Hold up. Is there a Flash connection here? Hold on.
Star City is Flash, right? And then
Yeah.
what's Arrow? That's Starling.
That's what's his other city? It's a different city.
Oh no.
Oh, they're gonna get.
Oh
I'm
my.
about to shoot him. Yeah. Jeez.
Bro, what is up with these cops and the fast
Right.
shooting, bro?
They just shoot everybody.
An old white cop too. That's crazy.
I don't see no flash connections. Let me see. She debuted during Flashpoint, is what they said, but I don't see a flash connection for her.
Okay.
This character at all. I don't remember any comic with Mazursky, but yeah.
Right. This man walked over there. Oh, here we go.
That'll happen after a while.
Oh shit.
Bad timing.
Oh my god. Weasel's about to lose it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh. And then they're gonna shoot Weasel. Oh, she a G?
Oh, he can't. That's right. He can't swim. Oh.
Dang.
No. Oh.
Gee. I knew someone had to die. Yo.
Bright about to lose it. Bright is about to lose
Oh, this is about to go crazy, bro.
it. Yep, look at her.
That was a friend. Where are the guards at? Okay, y'all slow.
For real.
She died for no reason. This is crazy, bro.
Princess is scarred for life.
She was a G for that though. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, you sneaking up on me? What is happening, man? This is crazy, bro.
Damn.
Man, hey, bravo on the story, man.
Yeah.
I'm surprised every week.
It kept us on the edge of our feet.
She's gonna kill her?
She's still very weird to me. Like, what's going on with her?
I don't know, man. She's defended herself. Oh. For some ominous. Hey.
Oh, that was Clayface. There he goes.
Tapes. What's going on?
Uh-huh.
All right, that's what I thought.
All right.
Disney shots.
For real. So she's dead. It's over with.
Better pull.
Oh my God.
Oh. All right. Disney princess dead. This show, man.
For real. I want to. So it sounded like Flag knew more. I want to know what he knows.
Well, I just think he was trying to say the Clayface thing.
Damn.
Ask your questions.
That's your answer. Face to the ground. Frankenstein dead. He just left behind.
This is crazy, bro.
Right. No, look at Miss GI.
Oh, GI Robot got an upgrade.
He looked like the Iron Giant.
All right. King Shark. We
King
got
Shark
King Shark.
is a shark.
Wow.
So that's how we ended, huh?
We got
That's
the post-credit
crazy.
scene.
Yeah.
So we're going to hang on for that. Wow. A lot happened in that little 20 minutes there.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So the question is, and I'm hoping they kind of touch on it. So is Rick Flag not the leader anymore? Because they're saying it's her team now.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. He may be on a different branch or something now. Let's see.
Here we
We
go.
should get a scene here. Here we go. Frankenstein.
Yeah. You just say parrot dropping soup?
Sparrow suit. All right, so we got the Frankenstein. He survived post credit.
Huh? That's all we got? No.
That was a lot there, but after doing Batman last week, I gotta say I needed some more splash this week.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm a little disappointed in that. The story itself this was insane. It was an insane ride through this season. Let me I'm gonna pull up on my end here. Let's see. Let's go back. I'll jump to some key points here in this episode. This was they still never really showed or answered like why did Nina Mazursky even get locked up?
Yeah.
We have no idea like what, you know what I mean? Like that was kind of like an incomplete story. Just in my opinion, that was an incomplete story.
No, I agree with you. Like
all of them. Mm-hmm.
I guess they caught her because she was like the people were afraid of the monster in the lake. I don't know.
They like shoot her dad and then like lock her up, you know. But I'm gonna jump to just a few standouts. First off, Frankenstein. That was a little subversion there, which I don't like being subverted so much. But it's like Frankenstein. He's pulling up on the bride, and it's like, okay, we're gonna get this resolution, right? And it's like, nah, like he just gets capped, you know. Now, first off, where's that monster you said? Hold up.
So it was right there when they're looking at the surveillance tapes.
Where is that?
Keep going a little bit more. It's when he's looking at it. So it's after all this. It's a little bit more forward. It's right when I think Frankenstein is about to like come in and say what's up.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's looking at it there. Because Mr. Dr. Phosphorus is the one. Phosphorus is the one that finds it right there.
Oh, okay, that's Clayface.
Yeah, it's Clayface. Yeah, it's Clayface.
Okay.
They talk about it later. Yeah.
So that's when they saw that. Okay.
I thought it was somebody else at first. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was Clayface. Okay. So interesting, right there. That's kind of again showed the turn. Again, she just shoots him up, and it's like that was like my first surprise. I was like, okay, but then again, they show he's alive at the end.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, Frankenstein, that story is going to continue again, season 2. So okay, at that point, it was pretty straightforward episode, right? Like they're trying to kill the princess.
Yeah.
Waller finds out too late, or was it too late? Because like we didn't get the Grodd payoff. Like I'm a little. It was a good episode, but I'm underwhelmed. It was a lot of questions not answered.
Yeah.
That's why I'm disappointed at with this episode more than anything.
And what I would want to say is I hope we don't get a whole nother season of Frankenstein just trying to chase the bride, and that's gonna get old very quick. That's gonna get old very very quick. Again, the story was good. It was just like you're saying. There's a lot of unanswered questions at my point. So
yeah, that's the disappointing part. Overall, I mean, the Nina Mazursky story, was cool, but again, we don't know why she ended up getting locked just because she's a monster. They locked her up. Is that what's going on? So definitely disappointed with that part. But the flag resolution where he's still in this coma.
Yeah. So
we still don't see, next time we're going to see him, he's going to be up and about in Superman.
Yeah, and I feel like he knew more. And same thing, I think Frankenstein actually knew something, because when he got shot and he's laying down, the first thing that came out of his mouth is Rick Flag. So, like, was he trying to say, like, stop them and let them know, hey, look, this is what's really going on? Or, I don't know.
Well, it's the Clayface part. That's again, we saw when Flag and Frankenstein, they found, the dead teacher or whatever she was.
Yeah.
That's all they was trying to tell them. She was trying to stop the bride, saying, hey, like that, this is not what you think it is. But still, the bride just saw that footage with Clayface. Still, like, no, they're still in cahoots. Even if you're saying, hey, that was Clayface that amputated someone, the princess knew that too. That's what the bride was trying to say. Like, she's in cahoots with Clayface.
Right. And Rick Flag and Frankenstein didn't know that.
They didn't know that.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
They didn't know that. So, yeah. So, they still were kind of limited. Flag was just basically saying, like, yo, Clayface is involved. But he didn't even know, like, how that, Clayface was in cahoots. So, that was interesting there. And so, again, we get to the point.
Was it in the chat? Swan Fan 100. He said, I didn't expect to see Superman or anyone like that, to be honest.
I did.
Yeah, I expect, but I definitely, what I will say is, definitely I wanted something like that, like Superman, Lobo, whatever it was going to be. Or Batman.
That's weak.
Yeah. Right. But one of the big ones that I really expected was you show Grodd with this princess and for nothing.
The Grodd part, like that whole vision.
Was it really just Cersei, like, trying to, scare Walter?
Playing a trick on him.
Yeah.
To kill the princess, but then again, the princess was in cahoots with Clayface, so it's like, what was all this for? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Just that is some plot holes or holes in the story.
And this is like legitimately, this is the season finale, right? Like, there isn't going to be a surprise episode next week.
No, it's not a surprise episode. but so yeah, just a little disappointed in that.
No.
And again, they show Mazursky's story. Overall, again, one thing they do gotta, I mean, it's like you got Clayface here again. You do kind of show that he pulled himself together. Like like what?
That is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's been laying there for a couple of days now, so it's like, okay, y'all killed Clayface or what? But you're making a movie, so just some loose ends here that I don't know if they really answered. For me, again, I enjoyed the story. That's my point. It's just this extra stuff is not lining up for me.
Yeah, but Maria, Flag is going to be in Superman before the Clayface movie comes out. So
yeah, he'll be there.
Even if he does, it's like that question's not going to be answered unless it's brought up in that film. But even then, I feel like that's already too late. Maybe. Well, what I will say is we are going to see him in Peacemaker, right? Peacemaker comes out after Superman or before Superman?
As after.
Okay, so then that's it. Our next time seeing Flag is going to be in Superman. Is that going to be explained? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, okay, it's a loose end. And then really this whole episode was about this scene with Nina Mazursky and the princess. And the princess, like, did like a G move right here. Like, I just see nothing. I didn't expect anything that happened. Like, that what happened, I didn't expect it. And she pulled the counter move. And took out Nina Mazursky, which I was not expecting that. Not expecting that at all. Then you got Weasel going on with that. I figured one of them would die, but I did not expect it to be Nina Mazarsky. Did not expect that one. So I guess no plans for live action for her. That's one thing. And I just wonder. It feels like loose ends. This, like you said, you probably kind of needed another episode to tie this up.
I wish it was 8. I wish it was 8. 7 is an odd number, you know.
That is an odd number. Though it could be a perfect number, but that was an odd number. That was an odd number.
Every series that I've had so far that I've seen, the shortest that they go is 8. You know, they may go 10. 7, you know.
7 is very low. I will give you that. But with this though, the bride again, she knows like the princess is not telling the truth, so she calls her bluff on that and takes out the princess. Just very. This was
here's my question. Here's my question. Do you think the princess is really the princess here, and it's not Clayface?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's Clayface. Just to be quite honest, just because we saw that pal, laying there and in the other place, but didn't expect this, and then she just walks right out after shooting the princess. So that was
like, get up, we gotta go.
Like now, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, okay, this happened. They kind of did the finale, and it's like, okay, cool. You know what I mean?
Man. I feel like there's too much space now in between the next thing that's coming out that now we're left kind of like, what now?
Right. You know? That's kind of where I'm at with that. It's like, again, you got the team. I forget that big ear girl's name, but she's on the monster team.
Yeah.
And this guy, I'm sure someone online will figure out who that person
is. That looks like King Tut.
It's like a King Tut thing.
It's like he has like mummy wrappings, and then he has the King Tut. Of
course, Weasel. So Weasel will be in season 2. I mean, this is a season 2 team they're showing us here. This was cool to see G.I. Robot recommissioned, right? That was.
And does he know about? I guess he knows, right? They told him about.
I don't. They probably told him, she died in battle or something. But so he has a new suit, kind of like a Lex Power suit, don't you think? Just saying.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Just throwing it out there. But I mean, he's programmed, so. And then King Shark, like of all the cameos, I'm like, okay, this is what you kind of wait to the finale to show us King Shark. Okay,
he does like his King Shark.
Okay, I guess that's what you want to do. And that's the end of the episode. So, I gotta say, out of all the episodes, it's kind of a tie to me between episode 1 and this one as my worst episode. Just overall compared to everything else.
Yeah.
Because with this, the episode 1 was about setting us up for this world, this journey. And I was like, it was a little slow at first. Yeah. Then it picked up, episode 2, Beyond. And then you get to this episode, it's about, I want to know, okay, we saw Gorilla Grodd, bro. Like, what's going on? And the Frankenstein angle, you just benched him the last episode. So it's like, I enjoyed it. It just, I needed more answers. And that's kind of where I'm at with this.
No, I'm with you on that. I think obviously the biggest one, I really liked last week's episode. I thought that was hype, especially at the end. We saw Batman, obviously. And then the G.I. Robot and possibly the Weasel episode was probably top for me. The last one definitely won, and I would actually put this one, man, because this one left too many open, unanswered questions for me.
Yeah, that was the only disappointing part. Yeah,
I was expecting to feel a little bit more, I'm ready for what's to come. So that's just me. But
no, I'm there with you on that. It didn't really leave us a lot with a finale. We needed a little more to carry us over, and let me see online if people figured out the other characters there.
Yeah.
Overall,
I mean, because
people like King Shark.
really thinking about it, it's like, man, we have to wait till what, July now for something new. I mean, like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what Gunn was kind of thinking on this. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
At least giving us something to be like, all right, look, we have something to look forward to. Right now, it's just like season 2, cool, King Shark.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I guess the big question there is like, okay, the last time we saw King Shark, it was a part of the Suicide Squad. So does that mean that they broke up the Suicide Squad? There are things happening there as well, but it's a question.
Well, yeah. We know the Suicide Squad, it basically got decommissioned. What was that, after Peacemaker? And then
oh yeah, right.
So that's why they did the Project Monster. But yeah, I expected more. I expected more with this episode. I mean, they had a nice setup with the Weasel thing, which I guess sort of played out, but I didn't really get enough of that conflict.
And that was really fast. Like Weasel didn't even really do anything.
Yeah,
run into the water.
Yeah, he just kind of played a distraction, but it's like, again, enjoyed this. I enjoyed the show overall. Just did not really get enough here in this final episode. So interesting. In the chat, last minute comments or questions, throw it in the chat as we wrap up this 7-episode ride. We did 6 of the 7, and like I said, I had a blast. I mean, just introducing the DCU world, but like I said, my critiques, are what they are, and now we're just waiting. We're waiting till July now, so you could have put something. I just felt you could have put something to be like, oh snap, like can't wait, till July.
Because now it's like, Supergirl's going into shooting in the next couple of days here. Like now everyone is clamoring for behind the scene footage, and it's just like, you have the perfect opportunity right now to give us something besides us having to wait or scavenge or try to rumor this, rumor that. Now it's like, nah, this is what's coming, here you go. I think that would have been a better approach.
Yep. So interesting. That's our thoughts with that. But like I said, overall, not a bad show.
Right. Yeah.
Is this something I would throw on in the background from time to time? I think if I get a reason to be like, this character was in Creature Commandos, now it's in live action, let me go back and watch Creature Commandos. I mean, the story is kind of what it is. The princess was an original character, so I mean, you just kill off someone didn't really have a future, so I understand that. Just kind of, I'm feeling mixed right now.
I agree. Like, I kind of don't know what to feel.
Yeah. Because like last week, we were just like, Batman and all the other things they was doing. This wasn't the proper finale in my opinion. But
I think this episode, if this episode was last week's episode and we ended on
the Batman
stuff, I think it would have been a lot better received. Obviously, story wise, it couldn't work that way, but I think they could have done it that way.
Yeah. So that's the season 1 of Creature Commandos. Season 2 is coming, and I figured in the beginning of this season, I was like, I think Gunn is kind of getting it where he can kind of Easter egg stuff and and do his thing. And like I said, I don't know with this finale what happened, but hopefully season 2 he kind of sticks to landing a little better.
I think like when season 2 does come around, we'll have more of a established universe at that point. So I think we'll see more, again, a lot of silhouette of Batman. I think I'm expecting that, and at least every show, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a silhouette of Batman and Peacemaker. Like I think we're gonna see a lot of silhouettes of Batman because as of right now, we ain't getting Batman till 2027, and we ain't getting this version of Batman in the DCU till much after that. Yeah. Moving forward, I believe we'll see a lot of silhouette of Batman.
Yeah. So I'll be looking forward to that. So really, what's up next as far as DC coverage, especially for the Superman channel? I don't just cover Superman. I cover all Kryptonians. So Supergirl is going to be in production in a few days. you know, is looking like her cousin may show up. We'll see. We'll see if that comes forward to fruition. But I will be covering the behind the scenes stuff for Supergirl, so y'all can catch that on the channel going forward. And you know, just keeping our eyes open on whatever news drops. We got a little time before the summer.
Yes,
Carlos, what's coming up with you?
So I mentioned earlier on the Wednesday crew show that I officially am starting. So I got my own personal DC show going, the Real Talk DC show. And then I also have a collab show with my buddy, Cuban comic fan, where it's going to be from Gotham to Metropolis, where we dive in on all things DC, whether it's, you know, watch-alongs, you know, big news topics, or even he's big on collecting figures of what comes out, you know, like these collectibles and stuff like that. So he has like a whole breakdown on that. He has a little insight on that. So we're going to be doing unboxings and stuff. So a lot to come when it comes to DC. I'm really, really excited for what we got. So I got a lot of things working behind the scenes. And then tomorrow I got my Power Ranger show with Taladia Plays. So excited for that as well. So.
Mm-hmm. All right. So definitely stay tuned for that all. Yeah, this was mixed feels with the show, y'all. You know,
I think last week really upped our excitement for what was to come this week. So our expectation may not have been as high, but it was high enough. So it kind of got us. We were expecting a little bit more, but it was a great episode. It was a good episode.
Oh yeah, also the story was great. The twists were great. I expected. Let us know what really happened with that vision. You know what I mean? Like that should have been explained. You know, you didn't see Cersei anymore after she showed the full vision. So it just, you know,
my hope.
We'll see.
This is my hope for that. Right? Is that we may see another version of something like that in Peacemaker, because there has to be a reason why Gunn is really holding on to Peacemaker so tight. It has to. Be. There has to be a reason for that.
Yep. So we'll see. Just overall, just a few too many loose ends. Yeah. That's the verdict for the season finale. But still excited for what the DCU has to come. Again, Supergirl going to production. Next month, Lanterns going into production. So we'll be covering behind the scenes stuff with that as well. So we'll have a little news kind of getting us through to likely another Super Bowl look at Superman. That should be big next month as well. So still stuff to look forward to, and we kind of can stew over this season a little bit more. So we'll see. We're gonna go ahead and slide on out of here. For myself, Salah Abdul, C-Los. Appreciate y'all hanging with us for these watch parties. Now, next week I'll be asleep around before this time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got here. Yeah, appreciate everybody in the chat. Y'all showing up, commenting. That definitely went a long way. We out till next time. More DC news to come, y'all. We out here. All right.